Hello and welcome back to your South King County real estate update. My name is Sarah Eggleston with Stone Egg Realty at John L. Scott, and I'm here to deliver your local real estate news for the week. So I'll go ahead and jump on into the slides. All right, so today is January 14th, 2022. Let's find out what happened this week. Well, the Seahawks played their last game of the season, so I will be done reporting on the Seahawks till fall. They did take away a win on their last game, 38-30 against the Cardinals, but it was too little too late to take them to the playoffs. So next year. So what happened this week? So I had mentioned a while back that we had gone pending with one of my clients on a condo. This condo had gone pending a couple times before we had gotten to see it. And my client really liked it. We went and saw it. I know a lot of people choose not to see those properties that have been on the market for a while or have come on and off the market because they think there's something wrong with the property. So this property was stigmatized. But we went and we checked it out, and it seemed like a really great option for her. There was very few steps, and she has small dogs. So this was like everything about it, the backyard space, everything was perfect for my client. So I am very pleased to announce that we closed on Wednesday. So we got to pass off keys, and I have a very happy client, and I can't wait to chat with her after she's settled in a couple weeks and see how things are going. But I do recommend checking out homes that have been on the market for a while. Not that there's that many of those at the moment, but if you have an opportunity to check those out, definitely do. Or if they've gone pending and come back to the market, you may have a little less competition on those properties because buyer competition is fierce right now. Go ahead and jump back on into these slides. So Northwest MLS brokers and 2021 with depleted inventory, rising prices, and weather disruptions. We already had really, really short inventory heading towards the end of the month in December. Buyer demand compared to the amount of inventory available was really intense. There was a lot of people that delayed their listings coming to the market because of the snow. I know there was one home that I had booked a tour to see, and then it snowed. So I had canceled the tour and didn't make it back over there before it went pending. But I know that story probably played out true for a lot of buyers out there that just didn't feel safe going out and venturing in the snow. So those sellers that decided to postpone their listing for a week, could have been the right decision. A lot of those homes still went pending. So new listings in the whole area dropped 12.3% compared to last December. Year over year inventory, pending sales, and closed sales all fell by double digits, but prices rose 17.4% overall for homes and condos in the whole 26 county report. So this means that there was less than 0.4 months of inventory, which means if no new homes came out starting at a certain point, you would run out of homes in 0.4 months. Very sparse inventory, high demand, and a lot of the things that are coming to the market are going pending in a couple days or less. There's been a couple homes recently that I had a client that we had planned to see a home on Wednesday, but they had to stay late at work. This morning, that home went pending. So our Saturday showing got canceled. I got an email this morning saying, too bad, it's pending. You can't see it now. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, but I think this is the second time this has happened with a client where we wanted to see something and it went pending almost immediately. So I think that's a really good temperature check for this client. If there's something that you want to see, we got to go see it now. Like, call me and we'll set it up to go later that day or the next day. We're not waiting until the weekend. So you can see that there's some counties had way less than 0.4 months supply. Snohomish was at 0.2 months supply. Pending sales in December, we had 5,800 approximately overall, which was down about 15% from a year ago. We had 4,617 new listings. So those listings are getting eaten up as soon as they come to the market. It is crazy how fast things are going right now. I really like this quote. This is from Matthew Gardner, from the chief economist at Windermere. But last year was quite a year for the housing market. Even in the face of historically low inventory levels, home sales in central Puget Sound area still managed to rise to levels not seen since 2006. And notably, Pierce and Kitsap counties had more sales than ever before. So I think this really brings it into perspective. Like, we are eating up, the buyer demand is higher than it has ever been before. And it's extending way out past King County. Several other counties are experiencing the exact same thing. So the John L. Scott chairman and CEO, J. Lennox Scott, described the current market as truly historic. The week of snow and ice that hit the Puget Sound in late December delayed the big kickoff of the 2022 housing market by about a week. This held back buyers who have been waiting patiently for each new listing to hit the market. Fresh on the heels of the holiday season and snowy weather, the local market will see continued strong buyer demand, multiple offers, and premium pricing. This year is poised to be another great year in residential real estate. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I think that 2022 is going to go along pretty much just like 2021 did. As interest rates rise throughout the year, I think we can possibly expect demand to drop slightly and hopefully get more inventory on the market as we head towards spring and summer. So one thing that I've seen on social media a lot recently is the 10-year challenge, where you post a picture of yourself 10 years ago and a current picture, and see how much you've changed. National Association of Realtors took this to a housing article. So I thought this was just a little fun thing to share for the 10-year challenge. The share of first-time buyers in 2011, it was 37%, and now we're at 34%. So honestly, not that big of a difference from 10 years ago. I thought this would be a little bit more of a gap, but remaining pretty steady there. Share of buyers that relocated for a job change. In 2021, only 5% of buyers were purchasing because of a job change, relocation, whereas it was double that in 2011. I think a lot of this has to do with people doing remote work and being allowed to work from home. They don't have to move if they're allowed to work from wherever they are. The share of buyers that purchased a single family home, back in 2011, it was 77%. And now in 2021, we're up to 82% of people purchasing a single family home, as opposed to a condo or some other sort of property like that. And the share of buyers that used internet to search for their homes, in 2011, it was 88%. And in 2021, we're up to 95% of buyers use internet to search for their future home. And that brings us to our Market Stat Minute. We had 447 new listings in King County in the last 7 days, 463 pendings, and 469 sold. So you can see that we did bounce up from where we were last week on pretty much everything. New listings stayed about the same from last week. And this is the Allen Pope chart. So the red line is net pending sales, and the blue line is inventory. So you can see the sales are far outpacing the amount of inventory that we have. So things are just getting gobbled up as soon as they come to the market. And if we zoom into the last 3 years, you can see 2019, this is kind of one of our more normal years. The inventory is higher than the solds. And you can see that is only true in like April of 2020 and May, barely. And since then, we have had the blue line below the red line, which just means that inventory is short and buyer demand is high. And last week, our weekly average mortgage rate was 3.22%. This week, we are up to 3.45. So quite a jump for a single week. This is the highest level since March 2020. So this is the highest level we've seen since the beginning of the pandemic. We have eaten up all of those pandemic decreases on our mortgage rates and have reached back where we were at the beginning of the pandemic. A year ago, we were at 2.79, just for comparison. So that was about as low as it got, was a year ago. People are expecting interest rates to rise throughout the year. Our daily interest rate is actually up to 3.65. There have been some major gains in the last few days. You can see this chart here, right here at 1.3. This is a little over a week ago, and we have skyrocketed since then. I'm not sure if the Omicron variant will push this back down or whether we're done with the coronavirus affecting mortgage rates, but we'll have to keep an eye on this next week as things move forward, because this is significantly higher than it was a week ago. Just a reminder, if you would like your copy of the housing forecast for 2022, please let me know. I have these for all the counties in the region, King, Pierce, Snohomish. I can even go to Portland or various areas. So if you're curious about the market in a specific area, let me know, and I'd be happy to send you the 2022 housing forecast for that area. And if you're interested in what is happening in the coming year, I do have a video as well. You can watch the replay of the 2021 recap 2022 predictions episode on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or on my website at the bottom of the screen there. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I would love to have a conversation with you about real estate and what's going on in the real estate market in your specific area. So please feel free to reach out. Call, text, email, DM, whatever. I'm here for you, and I would love to have that conversation. So thank you so much for joining me for your South King County real estate update for January 14th. I will see you next Friday at 3 p.m. Have a great week.